Hello my bookworms, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sydney. Today's video is going to be another reading vlog, but with a twist. If you've been here before, then you might know that I do a monthly TBR game with Spin the Bottle. And if you noticed, I did not do one for this month in December, but I still wanted to incorporate Spin the Bottle somehow within the month. So we are doing a Spin the Bottle chooses reading vlog. So welcome. I have 8 books here sitting next to me, all wrapped up. I know what they are, but I don't know which is which. Plus, it doesn't really matter anyways because the bottle will be choosing. I'll be putting them in a circle on the floor, putting the bottle in the middle, and whatever it lands on will be the first book that I choose. Depending on which one wins, I might be reading more than one book for this vlog. We're gonna have to play and find out. Caleb wrapped all of these for me, and he was literally hiding behind the couch. He took his job of keeping things private, so I didn't know which wrapping paper was used for which book. He took that very seriously. So let's figure out what book we'll be reading for this vlog. Okay, it looks like it is pointing to this one right here. It kind of feels like a romance. A lot of these are romances, but some of them are contemporaries as well. This could be, ooh, it could be a couple things. My gut says that this is Do Your Worst by Rosie Danan. It's either Do Your Worst or Once Upon a Briefly Life? What the one with the oranges. Do you know what I'm talking about? Okay, let's just open it and figure out. This will be the first book that we are reading for this vlog. I'm nervous. Oh, I was wrong on both counts. Huh. Okay. All right. This is The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston. This will be my first book by this author. I've heard really nothing but good things about it. I did have a holiday romance in this pile and I was kind of hoping that that would win. But also, I'm not mad about this. I don't know what this is about though. So our main character, Clementine, is a book publicist who moves into her late aunt's apartment and finds a strange man standing in the kitchen. A man with kind eyes, a southern drawl, and a taste for lemon pies. This is exactly the type of guy that she normally falls for, but he exists in the past, 7 years in the past to be exact, and she quite literally 7 years in the future. Her aunt always said the apartment was a pinch in time, a place where moments blended like watercolors. She also said that love is never a matter of time, but a matter of timing. And Clementine fears she may be 7 years too late. Interesting. So I just finished reading The Unmaking of June Farrow, which is also sort of like a play on time. So I guess let's just keep that vibe going. I'm gonna start this today. It's almost like 3:30 p.m. I have reading sprints starting at 4 p.m. with my Patreon. So I'll probably start this with them. Hopefully I can make a good dent in this tonight. I'm probably gonna see if I can find the audiobook on Libby, because if you haven't noticed, I'm doing Bookmas. And I also have to finish setting up my 2024 reading journal, ideally by tonight, so that I can film the flip through tomorrow, because that's going to be Sunday's video. I just finished. It took me all freaking day to edit the recommending you book and drink pairings video. Like, it was a lot of work, but it was so fun and I really like how it turned out. So yeah, I'll link it down below. I would love if you went and checked it out. But that video is tomorrow, Friday's video, and my bullet journal video will be on Sunday. So I have to do some time management. Having this on audio would be really ideal, so I'm gonna look for that. And I'll come back once I'm a little bit into it so I can tell you some thoughts and feelings.
Call me out, tiger. Call me out, why don't you love? Lift me up high.
Hi, hello. It's Friday now. Not only is it Friday, it's like 3:30 p.m. on Friday. Had a pretty busy, productive day. I finished my bullet journal and then I just got done filming the little flip through of it. I'm pretty sure I could finish editing that tonight after our Patreon movie night. We're gonna watch The Holiday, which is one I don't think I've ever seen, which is apparently a crime. So we're all gonna watch The Holiday tonight together. I will edit my bullet journal flip through and probably start a new book as well, because I finished The 7-Year Slip. And normally I will come and update you like halfway through the book with some like initial thoughts before I come back and give you my final review, but I didn't feel compelled to update you on this one because I think what I would have said at the middle of the book is exactly what I'll say now. I liked it. I think it was a really solid story. It was very cute. No one panic. I didn't hate the book, but it was very like just good. It was very good. The idea that there is a specific apartment where time kind of slips and it's 7 years in the past and 7 years in the future for the respective characters, like, it's very, very cool. And Clementine, our main character, it's her late aunt's apartment. And the first rule was always take your shoes off, and second rule was never fall in love inside the apartment. And if you read this book and you don't remember the rules, something's wrong with you, because she repeats it so many times. But she falls in love in the apartment with Ewan. Is it Ewan? James Ashton. And then I think Ewan, he goes by his middle name, with friends. I literally just finished the book and I am second guessing whether that's the main character's name. She meets the version of him that is 7 years in the past. And then in the present day for her, they run into each other again with unforeseen circumstances, which again, part of the fun is learning how things happen. So I'm not going to tell you specifics, but it all felt way too easy. Like, so obvious of where things were gonna go. There was no like mystery. And not that there has to be a mystery with romances, like not in the traditional like cat and mouse sense, but I'm saying like there wasn't a single thing that I didn't see coming. And I like to be surprised sometimes. I will say the character growth from the beginning to the end of the story was really nice. I had a good time with the characters, but there were times that I was more interested in the side characters than our main character. Though her name is Clementine, the pet name that he has for her is Lemon, which is absolutely adorable. So it has a soft spot for me there, but it just felt very generic. I'll look back on this fondly and say like, yeah, that was a cute book, but it didn't really do anything for me. And I'm sorry. I know a lot of people are like loving this book and I can see it, but I just don't feel it, I guess. And I don't really know what else to tell you. So yeah, I think it's a solid 3.5, because if you know me, you know that I love when characters are working through grief, particularly. And that definitely is happening in here. So that goes in with like the character development that I talked about enjoying. But yeah, just overall, it was okay. It was fine. It was good. So that really makes me feel like I have to choose another book. I mean, we are gonna choose another book. Okay. I'm like 90% sure that this is the one that I want, but we got this one. I know that this isn't the one that I want, but who am I to deny the spin the bottle gods? I don't trust the me 2 days ago that put these books in the stack for Caleb to wrap. Like, do I still want to read these? I don't know, because that experience was so like subpar, middle of the road, that like I'm nervous to read another romance right now. And a lot of these are romances. So let's try it. Let's see. All right. So we have Briefly a Delicious Life by Nell Stevens. I think that this one might be a good one for me to read because it's not super focused on a romance. I'm pretty sure it's more like a exploration of life after death sort of thing. Now I'm wondering, like, if this is the final book of the video, should I spin the bottle one more time and then decide between the two? Maybe just for fun, let's do that. Maybe I'll still choose this one. I don't know, let's see. Let's see. I think that this one is Love Light Farms. I really want to read it. It's a holiday romance. When else am I gonna read it except for right now? Can we please do that one? Can we please? It wasn't meant to be. I don't know, I think this is Do Your Worst by Rosie Danon. I know I guessed that on the first book of this video, but like this has to be, what? Joke's on me. Oh my God, it's A Christmas Miracle. What was this one that I was fighting for so hard? This is Do Your Worst. Oh my God, why was this in here? Imagine if I got this book so excited that it was Love Light Farms and it was the very Secret Society of Irregular Witches. Like, I would be a clown. Oh my God, but Love Light Farms. Love Light Farms. Like, literally, when else would I read it? You know? Listen, I'm gonna read this one, and if I have time to read a second one, I will also read Briefly a Delicious Life, okay? If I have time, I'll read both of these. Wait, shut up. I didn't know that this was fake dating. Oh, I'm for sure reading this one. I had no idea. Two best friends fake date to reach their holiday happily ever after in this first romantic comedy in the Love Light series. Oh my God. I recently found that I love fake dating because I read Snowed In by Catherine Walsh and ate it up. Wow, holy shit. I didn't know that this was fake dating. Oh, I'm so excited. All right, done. Wow, what a gag. That is so funny. Now that everything is right, I have a couple stacks of books down here that I want to put away upstairs in my library. The books that Caleb and I used to pair our drink and book combinations for that video. So I'm gonna put those away and maybe just like transfer my footage from the bullet journal video, get that all squared away to edit later. Wow, I'm really excited. Okay, let's go.
Of the clouds, won't you love? When the scenery is right, go right in. I wanna fall deep within. Don't leave me hanging just 'cause I'm too proud. Whisper away my outdated doubts. Somebody do me the courtesy, dress me down. I'm not that old.
Hello, good morning. It is now Monday. As you saw, I worked both Saturday and Sunday, but I did get a break each day, which is great. And I did read Love Light Farms on said breaks. And I'm now like almost done with it. I only have like 45, 50-ish minutes left in the audiobook. I debated not even coming to talk to you about it until I'm done because I don't know if I have a lot of great things to say about it. I was so excited to read this. Like I went in really looking forward to another fake dating romance, especially another holiday one. Like people really like this book. And what I want to tell you isn't a spoiler, but if you would prefer to not know anything going into this book, then you might want to skip ahead just a little bit. But I'm finding out that there are two, maybe more than this, but from what I know, there's two different types of fake dating. One where the main characters have to really sell it. Like they and their families, their acquaintances are surprised by it. They're not conditioned to be acting like a couple together. And that drama is like, it's so fun. I love that type of fake dating, but this type of fake dating is like not even fake dating because our two main characters have been best friends their entire lives and they live in a small town, and with a small town comes small town drama. Everyone knows everybody, which I love that aspect of it. But the fact that our two main characters are now agreeing to fake date and they made that announcement, they're walking around the town, everyone's like almost crying. They're so excited and happy for them. They're like, finally it's happening and things like that. And it's like not exciting. There's no real drama because it's so obvious that the two main characters have loved each other, have had feelings for each other their entire lives. So there's like, it feels like there's no stakes. And let me just read some of these writing choices that were made. One dark eyebrow arches high on his forehead. He looks like sugar and spice and everything not so nice. And then our main character described her heart as a Loukia-shaped box. I hate that. And like, I know some people might say, yeah, it's a little bit cheesy, but it's still cute. And it's like, it is, it's okay. There's nothing like overtly wrong with it. I just am not loving it. No one's more upset than I am. This was what I've been hoping to get for this vlog the whole time. Like this cover is so adorable. It had everything going for it, but this execution just isn't that good. Like I'm not vibing with the writing style. I feel like there's a couple plot holes within our character relations and things that just definitely wouldn't have happened if we were in the present day, which we are. And I'm being a little vague to avoid spoilers. And I mean, there's a mystery aspect to this story too, because there's something going on. Someone's like trashing her farm, delaying shipments and things like that. And I feel like it could be written so much better. Like there's not enough buildup. There's not enough stakes. I just don't feel like I care. Where like this book has the perfect setup to make me get so invested, but I don't feel it. And I hope that that makes sense. So yeah, I'm going to actually go to a local coffee shop and finish this book, and then I'll come back and update you on my final thoughts, I suppose. A little bit of a change of plans. Abby's coming with. I literally could not leave her home. She was sitting on the couch and she was just watching me get ready, and it was like more sad than usual. So she's coming with to get a coffee, and then we're not gonna sit and read at the coffee shop. We're just gonna bring the coffee back home, which I feel good about because I don't wanna leave her. So let's at least go get the coffee.
I'm far too young to not stand my ground. But my ways are mine and I don't wanna change, not even for love. Now take back all them hard words. I'm a grown.
Hi. I finished Love Light Farms. I'm trying to think of like nice things to say. I think everything that I want to say might be considered a spoiler, so if you don't want to be spoiled for this book, then I would go to like this time in the video, but I'm gonna just talk freely now, all right? If you've been here before, then you know that I hate miscommunication in books. It's like the #1 trope that I just think is stupid. I know that like miscommunication happens in real life, so like it's not too far off to say that it happens in books, but like I feel like it could be done like somewhat well to make me not hate it every time. Though I have yet to find a time where miscommunication hasn't like almost ruined a book for me, this one is like maddening because of course I could have called it in the last clip. Like the third act breakup is of course caused by miscommunication. Like she is just scared of losing him as a friend, even if things don't end up working out romantically between the two of them. And I know that she has some like deep-seated like abandonment issues, like she doesn't want to lose the people that she loves and cares about, but this was so silly. It was so silly. He's literally telling her everything she wants to hear, but she's just like telling him like, no, you don't feel that way, which I know can be just like a trauma response because she's just scared. But literally all she had to do was say that she loved him too, or that she was scared about it. Like during the fight, she was just like sitting there and letting him think that what he was saying was wrong. I don't know. It was a silly argument. It was a silly one-sided argument. Not only that, but the third act breakup literally lasted like 2 or 3 pages. And then she was like, oh, he does love me. And at that point I was like, maybe I don't want to finish this book. But it was literally, I had like 10 pages left, so obviously I did. But like I didn't have to finish the book. Okay, like I really love the idea around this book, like the significance of the Christmas tree car refresheners, like that was cute. There were cute moments, but for the most part, I was very underwhelmed by the writing, the character development, the town, the world building. I know it's a romance book, but small towns are so fun and it could have been so much more. It just kind of makes me upset because it had such potential, but it for sure fell flat for me. Like, I don't know why the books in this vlog have been so mid, and I'm upset about it. So upset, in fact. Oh, by the way, before I continue though, I guess I don't know what to rate this. It's either a 2 or a 3. I might rate it like a 2.5 on Storygraph. I don't know if I'll rate it a 2 or a 3 on Goodreads. I'm just gonna have to see how it sits with me in a couple days. Broad spectrum thought is that I didn't hate it, but I don't think it's good. I think there are books with much better writing, character, and plot development, and it makes me so sad that I didn't love this. God, it had so much going for it. Like even the name, Love Light Farms, like it's so cute. Oh, okay, I need to put some distance between myself and the book for a while. I was so sad that I wasn't loving it when we went to go get coffee that I literally stopped at the bookstore, as you saw, to just browse to see if I could quickly, in under 3 minutes, find something that I wanted to read or find some books that made me feel something. So I ended up picking up Toad by Katherine Dunn. I am obsessed with this cover. I think it's so cool and like sad if you really think about it, but like it's just aesthetically very beautiful. I don't know anything about it. I feel like I've heard one of my patrons maybe reading it and I think they liked it. I might be making a false memory, but it was published last year and it's about Sally, who spends most of her days at home alone. Her only companions are a vase of goldfish, a garden toad, and a door-to-door salesman who sells her cleaning supplies once a month. She broods over her deepest regrets, blighted romances with self-important men, her lifelong struggle to feel at home in her own body, and her wayward early 20s, when she was a fish out of water among a group of eccentric, privileged young people at a liberal arts college. She recounts their misadventures up to the tragedy that tore them apart. So it obviously like intrigued me. I was interested by that setup, and one of the quotes is what made me want to buy it. It says, "Toad is a subdued, haunting novel. It is exhilarating, often disturbing, and as compelling in its way as Dunn's best known work." I think it could be right up my alley, and I hadn't seen it like out in the wild before, so I went ahead and snagged it, and I'm happy about it. I'm excited. And then I bought a book that was published this year. It was on my most anticipated releases, and I just haven't picked it up yet. It is The Water Outlaws by S.L. Huang. I've been insanely intrigued by this cover, and it is inspired by a classic of martial arts literature. The Water Outlaws are bandits of devastating ruthlessness, unseemly femininity, dangerous philosophies, and ungovernable gender who are ready to make history or tear it apart. It's like a queer retelling of a Chinese classic, and what made me finally pick it up was that I realized, I was like, oh wait, then that means it's probably a standalone. For whatever reason, I thought that this was like a start to a series, which is why I hadn't picked it up, but I'm pretty sure that I like confirmed that it's a standalone because one, it's a retelling, so I'm sure that it's like in a single package. But two, there's not like a #1 next to the title on Goodreads. So I'm banking that it is a standalone. I won't be reading either of these in this vlog, I don't think, but I am tempted to just like keep this going until I find a 5-star. But here's the thing. I already opened up all of the books that we were supposed to do for the Spin the Bottle because I thought for sure that I was going to be done after this book. Like I thought for sure that that was it. And I know that I said that I was going to be reading Briefly a Delicious Life because I had opened up that book before this book, and I still might do that. Let me grab it really quick because if you remember, I actually opened up this book first. Okay. I just read the first chapter. I'm not really interested right now. Like, I really am excited to read this book, but I think that this year I have discovered that I'm kind of like at my core a mood reader, and right now I am not in the mood, and I clearly should not be reading romance right now either. So I'm thinking, this is what I'm thinking, okay? I set my reading goal for 75 books this year, but I am literally 2 books away from hitting 100 books, and that would be really cool to do. I mean, it is December 18th. Like, I think I could read 2 more books this year. So here's what I'm thinking. I have to film Wednesday's video today. It's Monday, if you had forgotten. This video was going to be Wednesday's video, but I'm going to push this one to Friday so that I have more time to hopefully read a better book. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to finish my dirty chai and set up and get ready to film the video that I'm posting on Wednesday. I think it's going to be a high priority list TBR for 2024. And I think going through my books and making that list might help me figure out what I wanna read right now. Then I'm thinking that I'll put a new little stack together. I probably won't waste wrapping paper anymore, but I will still let the bottle choose my fate, all right? I think that's the plan. Let's go start that list in hopes of turning this vlog around. So I just finished filming. Avi wants to say hello. And I am now here to choose the next book of this vlog. Hopefully it's a 5-star. Hopefully I've chosen a good stack. So let me show you what the books are. I didn't wrap them as previously discussed. We have The Saturday Night Ghost Club by Craig Davidson. We have Convenience Store Woman by Sayaka Murata. We have Bliss Montage by Ling Ma. We have Normal People by Sally Rooney. We have This Thing Between Us by Gus Moreno. We have The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides. And then we also have Just Another Missing Person by Jillian McAllister. Quite the lineup. I feel like all of these are really good choices, so I'm just gonna make a little circle and then we're gonna spin the bottle again. Okay, fingers crossed. Okay, I mean, I think that that's Normal People. That's definitely Normal People. I don't know how to feel. I haven't read a Sally Rooney book yet. I feel like it's a great time to try, and it's pretty short, so that's helpful for this vlog as well. I feel like it's one that you either love or you hate, so I'm really hoping that I end up loving this. I had my mom read this last year, and she thought it was just okay. So I don't know what that says, but we're reading it. We're gonna read Normal People by Sally Rooney, per the bottle. Oh, I'm nervous.
Full force tiger, call me out with them blue green eyes. You know I'm a fighter, the good kind, not running with lies. And when the night is high, like you and I will be soon.
Hello, it is now the afternoon of Tuesday. Currently drinking my afternoon coffee. Look at this amazing mushroom mug that one of my friends and patrons, Heather, sent me. I'm literally so obsessed with it. It is now the one that I take to work every day because it makes me so happy. So we're drinking this. I wasn't planning on coming to talk to you until I like looked a little bit better. But here I am because I opened up my adult fantasy book only box, and the theme this month is Eclipse. So if you don't want to know what December's book is, then you might want to skip ahead. But I'm literally so excited because I already read what book is on the back of this card, and I just wanted to see it with you guys in person. Like, truly, I'm so excited. I don't even believe that this is the book that's in here. Hold on, I need to know what the actual release date for this book is. Okay, so this book is releasing in January of this year, so I'm kind of like amazed that we have it early. Okay, already, look at that blue. That blue is stunning. You ready? I'm not. I'm so excited. Like, this book is on my most, I love it. I love it already. Oh my God. Oh, it is Feybound by Sarah El-Arifi. Okay, like I might have to get the other cover as well because I loved the deep reds of that one. I'll put it up like somewhere. But this is beautiful. I'm like actually obsessed with the blue version too. And this card that it came with, obviously with a little note on the back, but look, how stunning can it be? It's signed, of course. Here's the interior. Oh my God, it's a reversible dust jacket too. Okay, look. Are you joking? Look at this hardback. Are you joking? Are you joking? Wow. The other side of this dust jacket is also very, very beautiful. The back end page is also stunning, of course. All right, Fairy Loot did that. They really did that. I love it. This is really exciting. Wow, what a time to be alive. In case you were wondering, Feybound is a tale of two sisters forced out of the elven lands and into the terrifying wilderness only to discover the seductive Fey court, which has not been seen for a millennium. The little like quote on the back is divided by blood, imprisoned by fate, bound by desire. Welcome to the intoxicating world of the Fey. I'm literally so in love with this. Wow. Glad you guys could be here with me to unblocks that. Very cool. Love that. In other words, I'm reading my 99th book of the year, which is Normal People by Sally Rooney. I'm about 35% of the way in, and last night getting to that 35% was a little bit of a roller coaster. So, well, actually, it was really just like a steady incline, because when I was first beginning, I'm on page 82. So probably the first 40 pages or so, I was like, I don't really get why people are so obsessed with this book, but I wasn't bored or anything. I was just like not really understanding. So obviously I kept going. Now on page 82, I'm starting to understand. I really am. I described it to Caleb as I am now starting to feel like the claws of Normal People like sinking into me. Like I definitely have been thinking about this book all day, really just wanting to sit and read it and be with these characters more. Like I really do think that it could make a lasting impression on me if it continues at the trajectory that it's going. Because let me read you the little blurb. It says, Connell and Marianne grow up in the same small town of West Ireland, but the similarities end there. In school, Connell is popular and well-liked, while Marianne is a loner. But when the two strike up a conversation, awkward but electrifying, something life-changing begins. The first part of the book is them in this like, I think like high school situation. And it's very like cliquey. Marianne is like the weird girl. No one likes her. Everyone makes fun of her. Connell is part of the like cool guys and they like each other, but they keep it a secret from the whole school. And it's just like that like dumb young kid thing. And now I just got to the part where they are in college and they have crossed paths again for the first time since the previous fallout. And I'm in it. I'm completely in it, excited to keep going. After I'm done filming this clip, I'm going to take Avi on a quick spin, I think, and sit down and read it. I'm doing reading sprints with my patrons in about an hour, and hopefully I'll finish this before the evening is up. I'm really hoping that this book ends up being so much better than the previous two in this vlog. Hi, hello. I have finished Normal People by Sally Rooney. We are here to give final thoughts and close out this vlog. I'm really glad that I was able to read this book, especially before the year was over. I think it's been a long time coming for me to try out a Sally Rooney book. And all in all, I'm very, very pleased with it. I kind of already told you what Normal People is about, and it's centering around our two main characters, Marianne and Connell. The story's written in a really interesting way. So it's a linear timeline, but it'll jump around. Like it'll say 3 months later or 2 years later or something like that. It really is only focusing on like the pivotal points of these two characters' interactions, because there are times where they are together, there are times where they are just like figures in each other's lives, but they're always like influencing each other's lives, and it's really about that. It's about them, their friendship, their relationship, romantic or not, whether it's healthy or not. And I really love books like this with complicated, complex characters, and I think that it was done really well. I still don't really understand the whole like not using quotation marks when someone's speaking sort of thing. And at times the relationship that they have is kind of frustrating because they're not good at communicating together. But I almost feel like this is the type of miscommunication that sort of works for me, someone who hates miscommunication. And maybe it's because I feel like the focus of this book isn't the romance. It's the focus that they're real people, and the miscommunication isn't just to move the plot forward or use as a plot twist, which I hate when miscommunication is like weaponized as a, you know, main plot point in a story, where this is more like they're just navigating their lives and they're not good at it. I hope that makes the distinction at least a little bit clear, because this feels so much different than like say the miscommunication in Love Light Farms. It feels very different. And maybe because it's just a different type of book. So the whole entire novel itself is conveying a much different like message. So I'm able to take in this information differently, if that makes sense. Our two main characters, I really feel for both of them. Marianne in particular, we really got to know her and all of her struggles, which were hard to read at sometimes. And I was glad that towards the end of the book, we really got to know Connell a little bit more too, because for like probably 75-80% of the book, I was kind of feeling like the book was only about Marianne and Connell wasn't as fleshed out. But we finally did get to know him a little bit more towards the end. And after that happened, I kind of felt better about it all because I was worried that we weren't going to get anything about Connell and he was just going to be this like sort of emotionally relationship-wise stunted individual. But we got to know him and understand his inner workings a little bit more as well. And of course, there's little quotes that I underlined or bracketed, especially towards the end. I feel like books like this always have little kernels of gold scattered throughout that like I always want to come back and flip through and read again. I could read quite a few of them, but I won't do that to you. You should read the book maybe. I think I'm going to sit with a solid 4 or 4.5 stars for this book. It doesn't feel like such a 5-star, but it definitely doesn't feel lower than a 4 at all. Like I really enjoyed this and I'm so glad I read it. And I'm so glad that you were able to be here and hang out with me for a little bit. Let me know down below if you liked this way of doing a reading vlog where I have my bottle kind of choose my fate for me. I would definitely be into doing this again in the future because I think it was a lot of fun. But while you're down there in the comments and you don't know what else to say, just leave me the Christmas tree emoji down below in the comments. And while you're down there, don't forget to subscribe and like the video. I always appreciate your support. And of course, be kind to one another and happy reading. Bye.